Egg Farmers of Alberta and the entire poultry industry government collaboration with the Poultry Research Centre at the University of Alberta has actually been around since 1986. The Poultry Research Centre is really a collaborative hub of the industry, the researchers at the University of Alberta who are involved in poultry research and the government of Alberta, and really is just an endeavour to work together to get information out to our farmers and to get farmer input into research priorities and research strategy and direction, and to engage. So it's an opportunity to engage students at the University of Alberta with the industry, to give them access to learning opportunities. And more recently through the Heritage Hens, it's been an opportunity to engage with the public.
I'm Dawn Haig, and I'm the Heritage Chicken Program Coordinator for the U of A. So I organize the 500 supporters for our program. I physically grade the eggs and hand them out. 500 people sign up, and I see them every 2 weeks when they pick up the eggs. And yeah, I get to know them. And they email me and they talk to me, and I hear their stories and I answer their questions. And this program is really, really important to those people for a lot of different reasons. And I'm kind of the vehicle that they share that with. And I, in turn, really like the opportunity to share information and stories and ideas and recipes and you name it with them. So I have a lot of relationships through the program, and I think that's the most part I like the best.
I first heard about the Heritage Chicken program when it first started 6 years ago, and I was so excited to adopt a chicken. My background is I'm a chef, Ballymaloe trained chef. I went to cooking school in Ireland on an organic farm. I teach cooking classes focusing around seasonal and local ingredients. If you start with good quality ingredients, you need to do little to them to make them shine. So I'm all about ingredients that are accessible and recipes that are attainable.
Most of our supporters aren't able to have their own chickens in their backyard, so it almost feels like they're harvesting when they come and pick up their eggs. I get that it's a big deal and it's really important.
We know that we live in a community where there's so much farming. I mean, you don't have to drive far from Edmonton and you see farming. But I think people are so disconnected from the way food is produced. And that's my whole philosophy, is trying to get people to think about where their ingredients come from and support local farmers.
But also they really feel good about supporting our program for the heritage breeds, preserving the breeds, extremely important.
The heritage chickens have been here at the university since about 1990. The lines that we have here are representative of lines that were important to Western Canadian farming back in the day. The one line that we have from the University of Saskatchewan is a line that's been kept around since about 1910. So it's a piece of history as well. And it also serves as a reservoir of genetics. So, the lines that we have now in the commercial industry have been selected for very intentional purposes. We have meat birds and we have table egg birds, and they've been selected for very different purposes.
The dual-purpose breeds, most of them are very pretty, but they don't lay eggs very well and they don't gain weight for meat very well. They're somewhere in between. So by having these sort of egg producers, which are layers, and these broilers, which produce meat, they can do so really efficiently. And the difference now with a modern layer and how many eggs they can produce from kind of the same resources and input is so much more than where it would have been with those lines.
This program, the Adopt a Chicken program, really is an opportunity for us to have an audience with folks who may not even think about where their chicken meat or their eggs might come from.
I don't know what other opportunity exists where as a egg consumer you can go and get access to foremost experts in the world on poultry production. So it's always interesting. They can go and pick up their eggs and talk to Dr. Martin Zudoff, who gives lectures around the world about poultry production.
When I send them pictures when the chicks are hatched, and basically the birds are juvenile and then they start laying. So their first couple of pickups, there's a lot of peewee eggs in the carton, and they're small and unusual looking. And then as time goes on, the eggs get bigger and then very big towards the end, and then you're getting into sort of the calcium spots or the speckles or the pointed ends or the unusual shaped eggs, and then they'll notice, well, some eggs don't get a lot bigger, like the light Sussex, and I point out what bird laid what egg in the carton, and I try to make their cartons representative of all the birds, so it's kind of like opening a box of chocolates every time.
We've talked about genetic preservation and keeping, sustainability of genetics. But for the Alberta poultry industry, we have an opportunity again to have a conversation with folks that who may not even want to pay any attention to you. So it's opening doors to teach and to educate. The quality of the egg that you get from a heritage program is no different than the quality of an egg that you get from a commercial program.